collapsed over, where 11 people got killed in the harbor. But before then, you ever heard this thing called a Mothman?
Mothman?
Yeah.
The videos of some dude's fun? You talking about him?
It's this thing that's like in Virginia during the time, I think it's 1970 something, when this bridge collapsed. This apparition kept coming around, and they call it the Mothman.
Yeah, the Mothman. I think I heard of that. I think I heard of that.
To be honest with you, I seen it. It had I only seen this part of it, from his eyes into his face. Face was like reptilian scale, and he had red pulsating eyes, and I couldn't move. And I was wide awoke at the desk, and I couldn't even move. And I was trying to say the Al-Fatiha prayer to get him off me, and it didn't work. Yeah. As soon as I called Yeshua,
it got up out of there.
It got up out of there. So that what gave me to say I had to denounce Islam, because kind of found out Islam was created by the Vatican, control the Arab world.
Yeah, you know, Aisha wrote the Quran too, because Muhammad, he couldn't even read.
He couldn't read or write.
Yeah, because we go into this book from Babylon to Timbuktu by Rudolph R. Wilson. You read that before? Yeah, so we ain't even got to get that. But you know, the Bible talk about the two religions that's going to rule the world. That's the wood and the stone. You know what I'm saying? The wood being Christianity. You know what I'm saying? White Jesus, and then the stone is the cobblestone that they worship in Mecca. You know what I'm saying?
But they say fell from Jupiter.
Yeah.
And it came down to earth, and they worship with the water of the river Zemzem flowed through it.
Yeah.
Which is false.
And then they kiss it, you know, so they worship it, kiss it. And then, you know, they be killing each other just to put their head up in that. You know, so they're like, let me kiss it, move out the way, and all that. You know what I'm saying? That ain't biblical, man.
When that COVID stuff had, you know, came on the earth.
Well, see, COVID the coronavirus been out for years.
Yeah.
And that's just part of germ warfare. You know, from the east, you know, for like the Asian populations to kill off the Western population.
Yeah.
They knew they was bringing out this coronavirus back and bringing it more potent into this world. Yeah. They do all these things. Just like they now, just to me, like now, why you think there's so much homosexual activities out in the, pushed out? Because back in the 80s, remember in the 80s when they first came up with the AIDS, everybody was secretly, like they wasn't talking about it, right? But now they got this thing called Victoria, like they pre-exposing people to AIDS, not to get AIDS, not necessarily they don't have AIDS, but for them to be affected and get real sick off of it. Yeah. So now they have freely, like they did in Babylon, did in Sodom and Gomorrah, freely having sexual, activities without repercussions. But the repercussion, you might not be sick by your body, but your spirit and your soul is gonna be sick. And people keep now they try to say if you talk about anything like that, you're causing hate. And they want to bring the Bible saying that's hate speech. It's not hate speech, it's truth speech.
That's right, yeah, that's right.
But finish that out in
go ahead.
Okay.
2 and 3.
It's the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Which is what we believe the man of sin, the son of perdition, is Esau Edom, right? Because he is the most wickedest biblical figure in the Bible, in the scriptures, So that's how we break that down, right?
He enslaved us with his religion too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They switched their doctrine. First it was slaves.
John Smith. Joseph Smith. That's the Mormon religion. Joseph Smith. Jehovah's Witness.
First, it was they doctrine was slaves obey your masters, and then when they led us out of captivity, they John 3:16. For God so loved everybody. So what was the love for the slaves, man?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What was the John 3:16 then? Right.
Couldn't be found.
So they demand of sin, hanging, lynching our people, selling us false hope. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of false hope out here, man.
Yeah, it is.
Giving our benefits to the migrants and all that, to Ukraine, and just sinful things, man, just done to the nation of Israel, the real Israelites, man. So they got to pay for that, man.
It was, and I be looking at these old movies, and I be seeing these white men in these movies, and I always say, these weak men
Put us in slavery.
Have overpowered, but that was our punishment.
Yeah.
Most
High sent the strong delusion upon our people.
Yes.
Because really, if you think about it, it wasn't even, it was them, but they got up with our enemies and they helped put us in slavery. Like they teamed up with the Hamites, the African people, and you know what I'm saying, they held us against our free will, because even in West Africa, they had this thing called the village raiders. So the Africans would come and raid the villages and take us and sell us to the white man. You know what I'm saying? So they all teamed up against us. That's how they took us down.
And you can read all the way, like it's all over the Bible, how the Lord literally sent these peoples against us, man. You know? Right. Oh, you talking about? Yeah. So the Lord been sending these nations against us. Like, for instance, when we was in Judea, right, in Jerusalem, the Lord sent the Babylonians against them because they was treating the prophet Jeremiah wrong and not listening to his prophecies against them, you know? So it's like the same thing from since back then. Every time we sin against the Lord, we break his commandments, he sent a heathen nation against us to conquer us, man. And he sent the worst type of person or people group against us, which is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man.
They hijacked our heritage, and pretty much saying we lying about all this, and we reading the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? We got books, a thesaurus, all right, from the 1800s. Let's look at the word color person. Let's see what it means. A lot of people don't know this, man, because words change over time.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And it reads, page 275, Negro, colored person, black, blackamoor, Jim Crow, slang, U.S., darky, Sambo, ebony, the image of God. You know?
Yeah, it's literally in there.
The image of God.
Yep.
So they knew that they was enslaving the image of God.
Yeah.
His people. You know?
They know it. And they waiting
for this book too. This is in the University of California, the library. It's called on the classifications and geographical distribution of the Mammalia. All right, so we're gonna go to page 96.
Yeah, this is page 96. There are some Jews still lingering in the valleys of the Jordan.
Right, so the Jews, the real Jews are the African Americans. We're gonna prove it right here.
Having been oppressed by the successive conquerors of Syria for ages. A low race of people.
A low race of people, read.
And described by trustworthy travelers
now they finna describe how the Jews look, read.
As being as black as any of the Ethiopian races. Others of the Jewish people participate in the European civilization and dwelling in the northern nations shew instances of the light complexion, the blue eyes, and light hair of the Scandinavian families.
Read that again. It said they are black as what?
Yeah, and described by trustworthy travelers as being as black as any of the Ethiopian races.
So the Jews were blacker than the Ethiopians. That's how dark they was. You see what I'm saying? So they got our history right in the California, all right, libraries, man. The University of California, man. All right, and a lot of other things, the other records that they have of our people is in Cambridge University, all right, and different other colleges. Like this one is from Louisiana State. This book right here is from Louisiana State. It's called The Creole New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? So all we got to do is really look it up, and we're going to find, you know what I'm saying, you're going to find your heritage, man.
You see, the real battle of this spiritual warfare is, once we know the information, we can't sit on it. We have to literally like go out into the streets and teach it to as many of our people as possible. And that's why we have like gripe with some other believers, because they sit on the information and don't do anything with it. We supposed to come out and preach it to you know, right? And the more of us that preach it, the quicker we get out of here, right? But this is page 214.
And this is, what's the title of the book?
Jewish pirates of the Caribbean.
Now, when you think about the Pirates of the Caribbean, that movie pop in your head, where that white boy had them fake locks in his head, right?
Yeah.
But you see, this the real deal right here, right? So now we're gonna read that.
When I was in the synagogue, I counted about 100 Jews.
100 Jews.
All merchants.
All merchants. They make money. They hustle.
Not one mechanic person of them
Read.
most were rich in apparel, with various jewels glittering, for they are the richest jewelers of any.
Right. So what do pirates do? They go and collect what? Jewelry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You heard of the 49ers, and, you know what I'm saying? So they had jewels, man. They used to sell them. They used to find them and sell them. Read.
They are generally black and may be distinguished from Spaniards or native Greeks.
What color are the Jews?
They are generally black and may be distinguished from Spaniards or native Greeks.
That's it on that. You know what I'm saying? So all you gotta do is put the books together. You know what I'm saying? You match that book with this book, and then you go back to the Bible to verify that. That's how we teach. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. But you know, one thing like they call the Holocaust. There was many black Jews in Germany that Hitler didn't even touch. But he got the blue eye and white, as they so-called Jews, and took them to the concentration camps. But it was many black Jews that he he looked at them that they was the real true Jews.
Yeah, he didn't touch them. But some of them was kind of, you had some of them that was in the ones that were being starved to death. We got pictures of some of them, but as a whole, he didn't touch them. You know what I'm saying? You had black people you had black people that was also in jail in Germany at that time. So those were the ones who possibly had got punished. But as a whole, they didn't touch, you know what I'm saying, the tribe of Judah. Once we got here to America, that's when they enslaved us.
And then they have this thing now that Putin is out there showing that they worship a black Messiah over there, and they showed the illustration of black prophets.
Yeah, pretty much exposing America for having Caesar Borgias as the Messiah. You know what I'm saying? And that was a real guy, man.
Yeah, he was a homosexual who married his father, right?
Yeah, he slept with his sister too as well.
Well,
so the history goes on, about him. And his sister, she had a thing for little black boys and stuff too.
Well, brother, I love to speak to you some more. I need to go get me something to eat. To spend some. It was nice meeting you. What's your name, brother?
Brother Khan.
Brother Khan, Vance, man.
Right, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, brother Khan.
Call me Shopper.
Huh?
Shopper.
Do you
Nice
stay out this way? Do you stay out this way?
Yeah, I live right there on Minerva.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we out here every Saturday, man. If you want to come and fellowship with us,
Oh, I definitely will,
that'll
bro.
be something decent,
Yeah,
because we, like I said, like the brother said, our job is to come out here and get this information to our people. And I think sometimes they scared to come up. So when they see somebody like you or somebody else, that'll make them come up a little bit to see what we're talking about.
You got a lot of information that information you told us, tell